Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alt Kings podcast. I'm your host, Tate, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with WeTheMouth and their founder, Lipstick. How you doing today, Lipstick?
Hey Tate, thank you for having me. All good today.
Very happy to have you. And let's dive deeper. You're an audience-owned media group proudly running on Hedera's network. I'd love to start out with figuring out who you are and what inspired the creation of WeTheMouth.
Okay, an audience-owned media group is something like it's a term we coined, but we're basically a mixture of an advertising company and multiple channels, and we're everything is owned by holders of the mouth token. Inspiration for this was it was a process, but it came from one specific thing about crypto communities. Our project is about we're in the attention market. We're everyone's fighting for attention today. So brands are fighting for attention, influencers, crypto projects, and everyone. And one project that called my attention way back is Brave Browser's BAT. It's they call it Basic Attention Token, and it's a way they reward people for basically looking at their ads. So you just
Nice.
activate your it pops up from time to time, and then you get BAT tokens every week. And that's a pretty interesting way of selling ads, and karate combat's always there. So it's okay, you're not removing because they're still showing the ads, but the users stop being just a product being sold for advertisers and start participating. And what we wanted to do is uh, everyone, when they buy a coin or an NFT or whatever, they pretty much everyone start making part of that community, and people follow everything about a project. They know the next mint, they know the details. If it's NFTs, they know the rarity of the traits. If it's a project, they know the roadmap. So attention is very high among holders, and not only attention but engagement, and they know every detail. So the idea was to have a project that is around attention. And when you own something, you have way more attention to that thing than to other stuff proportionally. So we are a project about communication, about marketing, and the main utility is our audience. So it's our community. And the fact that they engage and they're incentivized to engage, to pay attention. And there's also a dynamic that makes them like projects, brands, people using our platform to communicate. So not only if you're an advertiser or someone trying to send a message, not only you get a big audience, of course we're just starting, so it's growing, but not only you get a big audience that probably you wouldn't have, or maybe it's different from yours, you also get people that will like the fact that you're advertising there because you're basically buying their product. So the idea came from this, from the attention people give to projects they follow and the communities they belong to, and leveraging that in a way that it makes people even engage even more because it's good for the project, it's good for their project.
Sure. So simply, would you say it's just a media slash advertising company in the simplest terms?
Yeah, it is, but it is also a DAO, so it's not that
Yeah.
simple. Yeah,
Makes
because
sense. So the
the
DAO is revolving around the mouth token, and
exactly, yeah,
depending on how much of that mouth token you own is more or less how big of a mouth you may have within the ecosystem of We the Mouth,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, we have a staking component, in wallet staking component that rewards users that are in it for the long term. So it basically is like you have your mouth holdings, and you have at the first day, let's say you just bought mouth, okay? So you have it in your wallet. Before at the first snapshot, you get we airdrop a token we call VMouth. That is our governance token. So you hold mouth, you get VMouth. For now, you use VMouth for DAO votes. We have it on Mondays, and you use it for participating in our weekly contest, the loudspeaker. So you vote for DAO decisions and you vote for loudspeaker nominations. So when you're holding mouth, when you start holding mouth, you get 1% of your mouth in VMouth. The next day, after the next snapshot, you get 2%. And then you
So it
go,
compounds.
yeah, it compounds until the maximum of 500%. So in 499 days, you will be getting 5 times the amount of mouth you hold. So that rewards long-term engagement, and that affects not only the amount of VMouth you get, but the share of the revenue that you get. So we share revenue every Thursday for now. Of course, now we're just launching. We had one sponsored loudspeaker, just finished it this Sunday. And of course, our main revenue now is NFT royalties, and they go straight for the revenue distributor. So we always have at least something. But as we release products, those products will be compounding revenue in the revenue distributor, and then it just like once a week we distribute it.
Nice. There's a lot to unpack there for anybody who's new tuning in and listening to learn more about We the Mouth. But I'd love to start out with Lipstick. How did you find inspiration to create this project on Hedera? Maybe how'd you come across Hedera by chance, or what really cultivated the inspiration behind the whole entire We the Mouth brand?
First thing, I've been an HBAR investor for a long time, and but that's not the only reason. I think it's pretty much impossible to build this on other networks. Our strategy revolves in growing. Of course, we want to be the first thing we want to be is a project that Hedera-based projects can use to communicate, to leverage their reach and our engagement. But and we want to go cross chain with our token someday. But even in that situation, we don't see ourselves moving our main systems to other networks. Maybe if we have the mouth token in other networks, we could snapshot in those other networks and then have our governance and airdropping on Hedera because it's not doable. There are several components that make it impossible to have this on other networks, from small details to huge parts of it. But the main thing is we do transactions for votes. So we have like our schedule, and every time you have a new vote session, let's call it, so either a DAO vote or one phase of our loudspeaker. The loudspeaker is has two phases, one like a qualifying phase and a final. So every vote round, what we do is we airdrop to everyone the VMouth, and then people move those tokens to what we call vote wallets. It's We have a series of wallets that we call vote wallets or DAO vote wallets, and they are assigned to either vote options, or nominations in the loudspeaker. And you move the VMouth to the wallets. So everything is on chain, everything is obviously verifiable. So what we do is we check how many tokens are in those vote wallets by the end of the round, and then you get your winners. So just this wouldn't be, depending on the network, of course. But if we're talking about Ethereum, would you vote on Ethereum? Would you pay like $80 in the top of the bull market to vote for something?
No,
Yeah,
not
probably
at
not.
all. It's
Yeah.
not sustainable.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. And there are other details. Every time we assign a vote wallet to something, we rename, we rewrite the memo. So if you want to do everything on chain, we have a Telegram bot that guides you through all our systems and make the UX easy. But if you want to do everything on chain, there's one thing you still can't, that is creating a nomination in the loudspeaker, but everything else you can do on chain. You can just open your wallet, send your tokens, and do whatever you want without, and without ever connecting your wallet to anything, without anything. The memos in the wallets are important. If you want to check, oh, this vote wallet is for what DAO vote option or what nominees, so you can just check it. And there are several other things like custom fees. Oh, continuing our process. So we send the tokens, people send those VMouth to the vote wallets, and after that we wipe those tokens. Those things would you can actually do that on other chains, but we would have to build lots of smart contract, a huge, like something that HDS just delivers in the box. We would have to build several other components just to have it working on other networks. So
Makes sense.
it makes it really easy, cheap to transact, and of course efficient. We can like airdrop tons of tokens in like seconds. You know what we're talking about here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So you're basically saying after every vote that is taken place for We the Mouth, the V Mouth is burned prior after that vote, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. It's burn.
Nice. And also, I wanted to mention, I know we were talking about the compounding earlier with it's the mouth token, right? Or is it the V mouth token?
Yeah, it's not the V mouth. We call it the mouth factor. Mouth factor is your mouth holdings times your mouth. We call it the mouth shut bonus. So if you keep your mouth shut, if you keep it locked in a wallet, it compounds. So the mouth shut
Nice.
bonus multiplied by your mouth holdings gives you the mouth factor. And the mouth
And you
factor,
only have to stake that once, right?
yeah, you don't stake it. You just hold it in your wallet. We do a snapshot every
Okay, nice.
day. You just need to have it in your wallet. We have an automated snapshot script that runs every day. And whenever we airdrop or whenever we distribute revenue, we do it based either on your mouth factor when you're airdropping VMouth, and when we are dropping revenue share, we call it mouth share. That it's what your mouth factor represents of the total mouth factor.
That's very cool. And like you were mentioning earlier, with the compounding all the way up to 500%, say if you were just holding your mouth tokens for a year and a half, you get to that 500% mark. Is it 500% every single day, or how does that play out?
Yeah, it's not an APR directly. It's 500, it's five times your mouth holdings. So let's say if you're holding, I don't know, 100,000 mouth in a wallet, you will be getting a mouth factor of 500,000 in 1 year and a half. And that would mean 500,000 VMouth every time VMouth is dropped. And that would be a share of the total mouth factor, but that depends on the mouth factor of others. So it's variable.
Makes sense. You seem very technical just based off of your voice. I'm assuming you do majority of the dev work on your own end, or do you have a team around you?
Yeah, I have my the other car builder, Butterbalm. He also does some components. We usually each one takes care of one front. He's currently building a whole system on its own. It's not going to be inside our Telegram bot. That's the main thing I've built so far. Of course, other scripts like airdrops and everything. But yeah, it's basically the two of us in dev team. and
Nice.
and also we have our moderation team, we have our council that we discuss things all the time with them, and yeah, it's basically the two of us for now.
Very nice. It's nice to have a small team and build off of it. I'd love to start diving a little more into the Kabila sides of things, starting off with simply just your NFTs. I know you've released many various launch pads on the Kabila Launchpad platform. Is there a specific reason behind having multiple launches of your NFTs, or what was the thought behind that?
Yeah, that's a great story. When I came up to Jack and I said, hey man, I want to do when Jack was already in our council, and Jack was like, I'm pretty sure he was like, okay, this guy is completely insane. He has no idea what he's doing. He should have like months before minting, but okay, let's. So we started talking, and things started to like connect, and and as you're probably aware, it sold out. But what we did is we want to train everyone to pay attention to our channels, and that is key. That's attention. So we didn't want to announce the time of the launch pads beforehand, and we wanted to have lots of them because we weren't announcing it beforehand. So we wanted everyone to get a chance, but at the same time, we wanted everyone to have notifications on, to be on our Telegram group, to connect with our bot. So we made it in a way that you need to be paying attention to participate. So that's a way to train our audience.
That's very cool. So what is the value proposition behind these NFTs? I'm curious to know as I do not know currently speaking.
Yeah, we have types of NFT. We just minted another one today. So before launch, we had a huge list of OGs and builders. That that was our first like marketing stunt, let's call it. We had a list and we mentioned lots of people that we wanted to be part of our governance from the start. And of course that started to get the ball running and people starting to notice and to follow and everything. And that those people, they were gifted an NFT. We call it shout out. So the shout out holds 100,000 mouth. It did hold 100,000 mouth at launch. Then we wanted to do smaller giveaways, and the shout out was too overpowered for that. So we created a small bag of mouth. Small bags of mouth hold 10,000 mouth each, used to hold at launch. And then we created a specific NFT for the INO at Kabila, and that one, it had as the same amount of locked mouth the a small bag of mouth had 10,000, and also 2,000 mouth that was released right after launch, right after we created the LPs. So what they do is they unlock all of them are they have 100,000 and 10,000 mouth locked, and they release it in the course of 20 weeks. So the shout out releases 5,000 mouth per week, and the slices of mouth and small bags of mouth release 500 a week. We have this is useful. We build a NFT tracking tool, so you can just like use our bot at t.me slash the mouth bot, and the mouth bot it has an NFT check command. You just can just use it. You choose the type of the NFT and you send the serial number, and the bot tells you how much mouth either locked, unlocked, or already claimed that NFT has. So anyone can like trade safely and not pay more than they should for an NFT. And we have another type of NFT that we just minted that it's our trophies. So if
Yeah.
you participate in a loudspeaker event, and it's like one per week with prizes in HBAR, and when we have sponsors like we just had with Kabila, we had a Siwa's round. So people got free mints, they got whitelists, and like we have other clients discussing the possibility of sponsoring a loudspeaker. So if you place from first to 20th place, you get a trophy. You have like gold, silver, and bronze trophies, and the paper trophies. And what
Nice.
these trophies do, besides from looking cool, they give you a fixed amount of VMouth or of vote tokens if you ever we ever move away from VMouth for the loudspeaker specifically, because it's just one token. So if we ever need to have more days for DAO votes, for example, we can get another one for that. But you get a fixed amount of vote tokens every time we have a loudspeaker airdrop. So it gives people that already participated a little more extra full power.
It's very cool. Tell me more about this Kabila loudspeaker event that you just hosted. And I know you just mentioned as well that you have you already have some interest from other communities on Hedera as well, looking to sponsor and host their own loudspeaker events as well. If you don't mind just explaining what a loudspeaker event is and then how the event with Kabila went.
Yeah, sure. The loudspeaker, it's like a popularity contest. Let's call it. It's not exactly popularity. It's a mixture of popularity and creativity, and also growing your image with the mouths community, the audience. So what happens is every week we define a set of keywords. They can be either mandatory or optional. So let's say for the first week, the keywords were you could use either at WeTheMouth, or you could use hashtag mouth. That was for launch. So we set those keywords, they were both optionals, and you needed to tweet something using those hashtags or hashtag, or sorry, the handle. So what happens is we communicate, okay, loudspeaker, this round we have 10,000 HBAR in prizes and in total prize pot. So we divide that prize pot in several prizes. We have prizes for the first three places as nominations, so tweets basically. And then we have lots of prizes to incentivize our own community to do stuff. So we have prizes for people. The loudspeaker has two phases. So we're calling it for now. We want to change those names, but the nomination phase, what happens in the nomination phase is, so you see the hashtags, so you see the keywords, and you tweet. Okay, so, oh, I'm going to tweet about WeTheMouth. It's a cool platform, blah, blah, blah. You tweet, you go to our bot, and you nominate it. There's a command for that. You just use nominate slash nominate, it asks for the URL, you send the URL, it reviews if it has the needed keywords, it checks if that tweet won a previous prize, it won't let you nominate if it had. So you just add it to our database through our bot, and then it has 0 votes. And then it it enters our leaderboard. The bot also displays the leaderboard, and then people start sending WeTheMouth to that vote wallet. And then people start campaigning on X. We have in our Telegram, we have a specific channel for begging for votes. It's hashtag vote for me, and people like are always there. Hey, you need to vote for me because of this or because of that. So we have the nomination phase, and the reason for the reason we have 2 phases is that we wanted to make people not vote for themselves. If we have only one phase, uh, I'm not saying everyone, but lots of people are going to vote for themselves. They're going to do whatever it's
True.
needed for keywords. They're going to tweet it and they're going to nominate themselves and then move their VMouth to their vote wallets. And then we have the nomination phase. You can basically do that if you want. But then we get the top 5 from the nomination phase advance the voting phase. And we need to change his name because everything is voting. But the finals, we have 5 finalists, and then we have this phase runs from Saturday to Sunday, and you can only vote on these 5 people. And the 3 winners from this phase, we actually give a prize to people that voted for them in the first phase. So that's another component to maybe make people not vote for themselves and make them vote for something that they really think has the quality to win. So we have this and in the second phase we just want people to vote. So we have prizes for people who vote in the second phase. And
Nice.
we have an extra prize that we draw along with these loudspeaker prizes, and it's the referral. We have a referral program on our Telegram group, and we also draw winners for that during the draws. And our draw system is very specific. We wanted it to be totally verifiable, of course, and on chain, but we also wanted people to be able to check it, to verify it without having technical knowledge. So we're using Google Sheets for that. We generate tickets from all the nominations and all the votes. We create tickets based on amount of mouth in the transactions. We add all the so a ticket is basically a line, a row in a spreadsheet, and we just add one line with your wallet ID for every X amount of VMouth you send to a wallet. We our script compiles that huge spreadsheet and shares at our Telegram group. So, hey
Nice.
everyone, this is the spreadsheet for the vote draws this round. And then it tells everyone the vote transaction is going to happen in 30 minutes from this wallet to this wallet. And then in 30 minutes, our script sends the vote draw transaction, we call it, and the timestamp of that transaction. That's something we can control. The timestamp generates the winners. So our script sends the transaction, gets the receipt, gets the timestamp, adds to the spreadsheet, and when that's added to the spreadsheet, it draws all the winners. And anyone can get our spreadsheet before the draw transactions is sent and manually add the timestamp there and see the winner for themselves. So we have and as we started building everything just to use it for us, but we want to help projects communicate. And after
Yeah.
we built lots of those things, we started thinking, okay, we can actually offer this to other projects. So our DAO system is something that we definitely want to offer to other projects. We have people reaching out asking if they can use it. If they, oh, I'm gonna launch something in a month from now. Can we use your DAO system for that? Yeah, and of course you can. So our draw system, our DAO system, there's stuff we're developing for some of our other components. Even the way we want to sell media in our platforms, we're gonna tokenize every ad space in our products. So let's say a sponsored loudspeaker round, you can have that tokenized, and you can have a secondary market for that. So all those things we're gonna build, or we are building, we're gonna offer that to clients too. So we want to help Hedera projects communicate in several ways and engage our communities in several ways too.
So your main focal point throughout this whole entire We the Mouth experience is more or less the loudspeaker events, would you say?
No, the loudspeaker is one of our products. So it's
Sure.
currently we are allocating most of our token has custom fees, and 4% our custom fees are 6%. 4% goes straight to a wallet we call rewards wallet, and that's 100% used to give back to the audience or to, let's say, influencers participating in the loudspeaker or other projects. So
Sure.
since that's our only product now that needs rewards, we are using all the rewards we generate or the fees that goes to our rewards wallet in the loudspeaker. But it's just one product. It's a product that we're using to build our own audience, but it's our first product. So we will be announcing another product really soon in 2 days, and I don't know when this is going to air, but in
Probably tomorrow.
tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be talking about a new product, a very cool, very fun one. I think it's going to be very useful for the community. And beside besides being a very good standalone product, it's also a very good way to show how our DAO system can be leveraged. So it's look what we're doing here. We're using our DAO system for this project. You can pretty much white label it and use for your community, for your project. And the cool thing is it's a fungible token. If you have a fungible token project, you can just have like your vote escrow version of your token airdrops to your community. Or if you have NFTs, we can make tiered airdrops for NFT holders, and you have your fungible vote token. So it's very easy to use. We want to do it in a self-service way, and of course, all revenues go straight to our revenue distributor wallet and then gets distributed to holders.
Very cool. Yeah, even if the loudspeaker events aren't your only product, I definitely got to say it is the first of its kind on Hedera. It's definitely unique to Hedera with no question, in my honest opinion. I love how you're cultivating not only building your own community, but bringing your community to other communities as well, utilizing the Siwash from Kabila, putting on having all your community members put their own faces or mouths on those Siwas, and that just overall brings an entire experience within the experience everybody's already experiencing through WeTheMouth's ecosystem. And it just cultivates a stronger community overall and gets people interested and intrigued by other collections and communities. And it just, I feel like it all ends up intertwining and connecting so perfect and seamless. It doesn't seem like there's too much of a flaw in it because you have your DAO structure. You guys aren't the only ones making the decisions. So at the end of the day, the decisions majorly come from your community and the DAO. And from there, you can market and advertise hosting sponsored loudspeaker events, which could potentially generate revenue for We the Mouth. But outside of that, I think it's definitely unique, and I'm excited to see what else is to come within these next 2 days because seeing what you've already provided, especially outside of the things you've already mentioned, all the integrations you have on Telegram with just simply entering the tweet, it picks up on that, recognizes it, and then from there, people are allowed to vote on that tweet, and then the ideas behind not wanting to vote for yourself, wanting to engage and vote for other people, it just really brings the wholesomeness out of people in my eyes. That's how I perceive it. And it
Yeah,
just makes you want to work together collectively for the greater cause.
yeah, and I've been pretty happy with not only our DAO votes but our loudspeaker votes, and of course we have people voting for themselves, and but what we've seen so far is like the community really like coming together to vote for like our last round. Zeno won, and Zeno is not like a huge influencer. Xenophon, it's a community member. He's a community member, and but he was helping them out with saucer swaps listing. He's like, oh look, the vote is up. You need to go there, and he was like calling people to do it. And oh, you should go there and do this. If you have a plankton app a collectible, you should do that. And the fact that he was just like doing that to help, it got a lot of support from the community.
Yeah.
So
And even just being creative, you don't have to be the biggest of
no,
influences. Just simply standing out and being yourself and being creative can really
exactly.
put you on
Yeah.
top of people at the end of the day.
Yeah, we have this round was like Xeno won for first place, Panda won second place, and it's a creator, it's an artist. So it's
Yeah.
all it's an example of this last launch speaker is the perfect example because we have a community member, a community hero, we have a creator, and we have another project because HBAR was like third place. We have Grelf too, like fifth
Yeah.
place. So it's really good to see people connecting through our votes. We had hashtags putting their app back online with the help of the loudspeaker prize for the second
Nice.
loudspeaker, and that's something we want to do to like crowdfunding through the loudspeaker. But
Yeah.
back to the community, I've been really happy to see the votes. We have two pretty much unanimous votes about the HBAR weighted airdrop. We did the first vote we did was to define if we're gonna participate or not, and it was like 99% yes, 99.9%. And then we did another one
That's impressive.
to discuss the amounts of the airdrop because it's like something you need to discuss with your community because it's okay.
Yeah.
That allocation was supposed to be going to our early audience, so it's exactly uh, what we're doing with the HBAR weighted airdrop. But we want to ask because it's people investments, and the vote was unanimous. We had three options after the yes or no vote passed. We have okay, we're gonna airdrop just 1 million HBAR to HBAR holders, or we're gonna airdrop 1 million mouth for HBAR holders, or we're gonna airdrop 1 million mouth to HBAR holders and 1 million mouth to people holding HBAR and mouth. And there are rules for like it's mouth unlocked. If you have 5,000 mouth or one slice of mouth NFT, you get your HBAR weight capped at 100,000 HBAR. And if you have 20,000 mouth or four slice of mouth NFTs, you have your HBAR weight unlocked until 1 million HBAR. And there's a third one, and that's the one that passed. It's the same thing with the unlocks, but instead of 2 million mouth, we will be airdropping 4,160,000 mouth. That's 4.16% of our supply. And the community went and but this one is unlocked by goals, specific goals like X followers, Telegram group members, participations in the loudspeaker. So we have a few goals that will unlock additional clips of from 160,000 mouth to 500,000 mouth. And the community went like another time like 99%. We had another vote to reward people that invested in the slices NFTs, and we also had no complaints from people that don't hold slices NFTs. So it's really becoming a community that is mature and
Yeah.
smart, and it's a very complex project. And as you said, it's unique, and there's 1 million rules, and there's vmouth, and there's a mouth shut bonus, and there's a million of things you need to understand. And it takes some time for people to first understand the concept and then all the mechanics. And but it's becoming a pretty easygoing, mature, generous community, and it's really good to see that. And of course,
Definitely. But that's the thing, though.
we're talking about
That's the
Hedera
thing.
here. We're talking about Hedera here.
You're
So
right.
yeah, so it's not very hard to get smart people. I know. And
You get a diverse spread as well. And
yeah,
helping people understand who We the Mouth is, that's the thing. We're on the Alt Kings. This is what we're here for. We're here to simplify things. We're here to make things easier to digest. And I think overall, this whole entire podcast so far has been very informative and more or less easygoing and helps the listeners and people interested in We the Mouth get a better understanding of what you have to offer and what's to come. Outside of the DAO votes you've already mentioned, though, Lipstick, have you had any other votes, or are those the ones that you've mentioned? The only DAO votes have been taking place so far.
yeah, we only had three votes until now. We had yes or no for the airdrop, airdrop details, and we just finished the a vote to this last one was like people bought the slice of mouth NFTs at the INOs, and the majority of the mouth in those tokens, on those NFTs, is still locked. And we were discussing this in our council, the teeth, and a point was made that those people made possible for us to have the healthy liquidity that we have on Saucer Swap,
Yeah.
because we used like 80% of the INO for liquidity. And the point made was these people, they deserve to have at least a portion of that locked mouth counted when we're calculating distribution of VMouth and revenue. So we did a vote to define a fixed percentage of those locked mouth to be considered as directly as mouth factor. The vote that passed is we're going to consider 30% of the locked mouth in slice of mouth NFTs directly as mouth factors. So that would be like holding 30% of those mouth tokens for 99 days. What would get your mouth shut bonus to 100?
Nice. Very cool. It's been a very fun show with you today, Lipstick, and I hope you feel the same way. My last question to you is, simply put it, what can we expect to see from We the Mouth the rest of this year and into the next year? Are there any new partnerships you have planned? Or what is it that we can look out for as newcomers or current holders? Anybody interested in We the Mouth, what can they expect through 2024?
Yeah, our main focuses are growing our audience, first one. So we have the airdrop coming, the HBAR weighted airdrop. It's going to definitely boost that. We have clients that we've been discussing the usage of the loudspeaker, our DAO system, the product that we're launching, or not launching, but we're announcing it on Friday, already has a very interesting client interested in it. So I think building the audience, getting more clients, and launching new products. I think those
Nice.
things are like, we have big products and smaller products, but we have like 4 or 5 products planned for short term, short, medium term. And we won't stop releasing those anytime soon.
Nice. Any closing thoughts, Lipstick? It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I think become part of our audience. Follow us on
Definitely. I'm
X.
already interested.
Yeah, follow us on X, join our Telegram group, verify with our Telegram bot, and let's have fun.
Definitely. Couldn't agree more. Thank you once again, Lipstick, for joining me today and discussing everything about We the Mouth. I sure as hell am going to get my mouth included in this DAO. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's show, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all in the next episode. Peace. Nice.
Ready to transform your learning experience? Step into the future with the Learn to Earn platform on Hedera. Choose how you learn. Academic books in hard copy or NFT form. That's right, NFTs. Whether you prefer the traditional feel or a digital interactive journey, the choice is yours. Dive into the NFT, not just for the book, but for all the tools you need for success. Download the book, access tests, all within a seamless, immersive interface. Forget traditional logins. Simply scan the QR code, connect to our platform, and start your Learn to Earn journey. Pass your tests and watch your success turn into real rewards with Gcoin, our exclusive digital currency. Imagine learning at your own pace, acing exams, and reaping tangible benefits. It's not just education, it's a transformative journey towards success. Join the future of learning at gilmore-estates.net. Scan, learn, earn. It's that simple, and it's revolutionary.